Hey guys, Gear Dog here. Thought I'd show off my new gun purchase, the Kahr CM9. Bought this about 4 weeks ago. I bought it because it's starting to get hot, and as much as I like to carry my Glock, it's a little larger, a little heavier, and it makes me sweat a little more. And you know, I don't like to sweat any more than I have to, so I figured I'd get something I could pocket carry. And the Kahr, for me, seems like it'll be a good choice for pocket carry. Well, I have been pocket carrying it. As of right now, I've got about a little over 200 rounds. I put 200 rounds of just standard 115 grain ball Independence ammunition through it, and the only problems I had it, the slide didn't lock back twice, but I don't know if I want to blame that on the gun yet. I think my grip may have caused the slide stop to not come up fully because I tend to put my thumb up there. So I don't know if that was the gun or not, or if that was me. And even if it was the gun, not locking back on the last round is not so bad in my book. And it was within the first 200 rounds. So when I shoot it more, I'm going to try to pay more attention to my thumb and find out whether that was me or the gun. Sights, I really like the 2-dot style sight. The more I use 2-dot style sights, the more I tend to favor them. 3-dot is, conventional, and I know a lot of guys like that, but dotting the eye, for me, comes up a lot quicker than the 3-dot style sight. It's got a very nice trigger on it. It's very smooth. The reset's not the greatest. You can watch. It's almost all the way up to the front again before you can fire it again. The checkering on the back and the front of the gun, I hear a lot of guys complaining about that, saying it hurts their hands. I mean, I put 200 rounds through it all at once, and it didn't bother my hands. I don't know. I didn't think it's that aggressive. I actually kind of like it. It seems to stick well on your hand. Everything about the gun is very well made. Since it is the C series and not the P series, this is a injection molded slide stop. But everything else on the gun is very well made. A lot of guys, I work gun shows, and a lot of guys, I don't know why, recently everybody wants to tell me that the metal slide is riding on polymer rails, and I just don't like that and all this. But if you look in here, you've got metal in the back that it's riding on, and then you've also got these metal rails on the inside here. And if you count all of this rail space and this little bit of rail space in the back, you've probably got as much or more than most of your polymer frame pistols on the market. And I don't know why guys miss these rails up front, but they do ride in these little grooves on the slide. So it's not metal riding on polymer, it is metal riding on metal. And you can see your trigger action there for your double action trigger. It's got the double coilover spring system. I was really surprised. I mean, I know 9mm is not a wild round to begin with, but recoil is very mild. This is a very stiff spring, so women looking for these guns, I'm not saying this to be sexist. I work for a gun dealer, and I see it all the time, women having trouble working the slides on guns, and it is a very stiff spring, and it can be difficult to work at times. The barrel, again, it's the C series, so you got the conventional rifling instead of the polygonal rifling, but when I shot this one, it was just dead nuts accurate. I was really surprised that such a small gun could shoot so well. The feed ramp is nice and polished, which is something you want to see on your gun. You want to be able to see your face and your feed ramp. That way you have easy feeding of ammunition. It's machined out very well. The whole gun is machined really well. If you look in there, everything looks real nice. And just overall, looks like a very well-made gun. Feels like a very well-made gun. Again, since it's the C series instead of the P series, you've got the staked front sight instead of the dovetail sight, which it'd be nice to switch that out for some type of night sight. I don't know if we can do that or not. It's not like a Glock front sight where you got a bolt holding it in. It looks like it's just pinned in there. So that's about my only gripe. I'll go ahead, put her back together here, and I'll show you how I've been carrying the gun. Like I said, I bought this for pocket carry, and I looked at a lot of pocket holsters out there. You know, I looked at the Uncle Mike's, I looked at the Santas, I looked at a whole lot of them, and I had a lot of gripes with a lot of them. They were either too thick, or they didn't cut out enough print, or they just, I don't know. There was nothing out there I liked. So I bought myself a piece of Kydex, and I decided to make something I liked, and this is what I came up with. Just simply a piece of Kydex that heated, formed over the gun, and this is how it goes in. It's got very light retention, extremely light retention. I mean, if I turn it over, it'll fall right out, which is what you want in a pocket holster, because you want it to draw real easy. And what I like about this design, why I made it, was Kydex is very thin, so I'm not adding any bulk. When you look at those nylon type holsters with the fabric, I mean, if you measure them, you're adding almost, you know, ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch of material alone on top of the width of your gun, which sucks. I mean, you spend all this money on a really thin gun and you're adding all this width to it. The other reason why I like Kydex, for this reason, is I made this whole entire side flat. And I did that so that there's no print of the gun through my pants. Now, it does look like I have kind of an odd looking wallet or a you know, pocketbook or something, but when the material stretches over it, it doesn't really fill in this gap. It stays flat, so it just kind of looks like the outline of this. The material kind of goes from here to here. So it cuts the print out real good. It draws really easy, and the other thing, I can reholster the gun without taking the holster out of my pocket. So that's why I went with this, and I've been carrying it like that for a little while now, and I really like it. I think I'm going to get something to replace these aluminum studs. I just didn't have the you know, usual Kydex eyelets at the time, but I really like the gun. Like I said, there's something that's just aesthetically pleasing about it to me. It shoots real good. It's got a real nice trigger. I like the sights. Like I said, my only thing is I wish this was dovetail so it'd be easily changed out. It does come with a 6-round mag. Thinking about picking up a 7-round mag so when I go to the range I don't have to reload quite as much. I know it's only 1 round, but it's a nice gun. I like it. I like it a lot. I would recommend it to anybody looking for a compact pistol. So I highly recommend it. The Kahr CM9.